Welcome to another episode of my podcast that's fine with me. Today we're going to be talking about some new series. They're not completely new actually, but they've just finished the third season of Sex Lives of College Girls on HBO Max, and I really want to talk about this, give my own opinion, perspective, and small review on the series. So if you're interested, please stay tuned. We're going to get started with the juicy part. Okay. First of all, I do really think the plot of the series is really witty and funny and interesting because we can see different girls from different perspectives. There are going to be some spoilers, but I'm not going to spoil you the whole series and you should watch it. But watching the teasers, I guess, you can tell that it's going to be about sex and it's going to be about their lives in college. And that is the main reason why you can kind of grasp an idea what is going to happen in the series. It's really interesting how the director actually connected with four different girls and created the really powerful group that has a lot of things in common, though they're completely different. And at first, we see four different girls. They're coming to college and with absolutely different background. I love Kimberly because she's a complete weirdo and she's talking about such things that you would even think of. And that is the main reason why I guess the series are so funny and interesting, because I do know a lot of directors, they try to implement a character that it's going to be weird and you're like, what? He's a funny weirdo, as well as the theory of a Big Bang. If we're talking about girls, if we're talking about this Sex Lives of College Girls, and many more, because they try to introduce this really interesting character to us. Then I have Whitney as another really nice person who's an athlete and just really down to earth girl. I like her. Then we have Layden. She is bitchy. She's a bitchy a little bit, but in the way like she's still got used to the group. She's a great person, and there is going to be a change in character cast in the third season because Layden had decided to leave the show, I guess, in 2023, and she filmed only in maybe 2 or 3 episodes of the third season, and then they had to cast someone else. And then we have Bella. She is funny. She came to college to pursue her comedy dreams, and she has this obsession with male bodies, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later. But I guess we can tell that the series are going to be about sex, and they're going to be about some relationship, and sometimes they're going to be about friendship. What I really like that directors, they introduced so many more, I guess, supportive characters to this friendship, that it's not only like four girls and then some random people that you don't really see any longer as Sex and the City, because Sex and the City, there were like four main characters and then just random people every single episode, which is great. I mean, it makes sense for Sex in the City. But in this small community as college, they do have some, barista, from coffee shop. They have two friends. And Layla is amazing. I really like her. Then she's another weirdo, but she's a great weirdo. And then we have some other friends like a gossip girl, sort of gossip girl. Then we have a guy that is like he has expressed his sexuality only in college. And I really like every single character, and I do really think that they're well scripted, they're well written, and the jokes are seamless. The dialects are really nice because you can see that it's not forced, it comes naturally, and I really like that it doesn't have the feeling like it was written as a script. It was more like, yeah, as real normal friends would talk to each other and they would discuss some issues, problems, some falls, and just that is a normal conversation, which I really liked. Then we got in the third season Cassie. This is a new character. I don't really know if I like her or maybe I hate her, because she, not as a person, I mean, like it's just something different. Something is off about this girl because they created absolutely different person from a little bit different perspective. They try to create like a combination of Lathan and maybe Kimberly, and then they just put this in one character. And then I don't really know how I feel about this, but I guess the actress is overplaying or overdoing her role, or maybe this is the way the director want her to play this role. I don't know, but Layden was so much chiller, and she was so much, like more, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm not really a huge fan of Cassie for now because she's a little bit like a weirdo in a bad way, if it makes any sense, but she still makes a great, friendship with others. And okay, let's talk about the actors. Let's break them down real quick. The background, first we have Kimberly. The actress that is playing her part is Pauline Hope Chalamet, I guess she's Chalamet. And her, probably you know that her brother is Timothée Chalamet, and from Dune and many more with Zendaya. Okay, she was born on 25th of January 1992, and she had some small parts in different TV shows and in some films, but it wasn't anything significant. A great breakthrough was in 2020 when she had her first debut in The King of Staten Island, 2020, and then in the following year she got the part of Kimberly in Sex Lives of College Sex Lives of College Girls, for instance, something like that. It's a long name. I hate the only part that they have a long name, and it's really difficult for me to remember sometimes. And then it started on HBO. So she was born in New York City, and she even has her own company, which is so interesting. Like, she has some production company that she set in 2019, and it's called Gummy Films. Honestly, I feel like she was probably coming from a rich family, but I don't really think that I needed this information for my podcast. I don't really think it's important. It's just like a small background for you to know who is Kimberly. Then we have Alaya Chanel Scott, and she acted as Whitney in the series. She was born on the 3rd of July, 1997. She's an actress, director, and producer. She even won a Tony Award as a producer, and she spent most of the time, all her summers, in some acting clubs. And then she even directed a musical video to Renette Reps to her song Talk Too Much and Snow Angel, and she even won something for that, a Tony Award, I guess. Then we have Layden, and the actress that was playing her role was Renette Rapp, the one that left the show in the third season. She was born on the 10th of January 2000. She's a singer and songwriter, and she's an actress, and she actually performed as Regina George on Broadway, Mean Girls, and then she reprised as, again, Regina George in the same musical, but in a full movie, Mean Girls. I guess that was the main reason why she left the series, where she left the episodes, because it was in 2024, pretty much the same year when she had to film 2 or 3 episodes and then leave HBO series. Then we have Bella, the actress that was playing her role is Amber Kaur, and I'm so sorry if I mispronounce it, Amber Kaur, and she is from Toronto, Canada. And before she started acting, she thought that every single actress had to be beautiful, and that was the main reason why she participated in Canada beauty pageant, and she said that this was one of the most miserable years of her life. And later she finally got to York University, and from Michelle Lonsdale Smith, she learned a lot about acting, that it's a hard work, and then she started working a lot and she got her part. Honestly, I couldn't get a lot of information about all of these actresses because most of them are not super famous. Of course, they have some achievements, and they're great achievements, but it's not something that is well known in public. And finally, we have Cassie, and Cassie was acted by Gracie Lawrence, and she was born on the 18th of March 1997 in New York City. Honestly, I couldn't get any information about Cassie because she has like probably a couple of films, but I don't really think she got any big parts in those films. And even if I'm not mistaken, she has some musical band, and she started her career in 2008, and up until now she's acting and just like active career. And that is pretty much it. Well, you can tell all of these actresses, they're not with big names, but I guess they can get a great start from the series and maybe get something better in the future because they acted really well, and I guess they have this chemistry on set, and I really like it. So the director of the series is Mindy Kaling, and I guess you know her from so many different films. She's an actress. If I'm mistaken, she's an Indian actress, and then she was a director in so many different films and even a producer as well. So one of these films were like Velma, Never Have I Ever series on Netflix, To Kill a Tiger, Definition Plays, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, The Office, famous The Office, and she acted in The Office, and many more. Honestly, I watched only Never Have I Ever and this HBO series about the college lives of this, sex lives of college girls. And honestly, the sense of humor is pretty much similar. I really like Never Have I Ever, and that is probably something that I can compare the series to. And I guess it is something between like Sex and the City, maybe even and Just Like That, and Never Have I Ever. If you watch Never Have I Ever, I actually really like the series. The sense of humor is nice. I don't really get a lot of weird jokes. Even if these jokes are weird or the dialogues are a little bit weird, but it's like quirky, funny, weird. And I really like the sense of humor. But let's talk to some moments that I didn't really like and maybe I didn't really get from the series. But before that, we have a great cast of parents. And I really like the Layden's dad. It was so fun and so nice, and I really liked the main actor. I don't really get any information about him because I don't really think it's really important, but as a person who is getting to college and showing support to his daughter, he's great. I really liked Whitney's mom because she's a politician, but she takes time to actually see her daughter and to have a great part of her life, to be a great part of her life. That is the main reason why I really like that they didn't abandon these characters in the college life. They still show the support from parents, and it's so nice that, they try to start their like adulthood and adult life, but at the same time they still have support from their families and they still have support from their parents. Sometimes they want to hide something from the parents, which is normal because they don't really want to share every single detail. Sometimes they miss them, sometimes they have some arguments, and that is the main reason why I really like the series, because it's showing real life from different perspectives and something that would normal student experience, not maybe that much partners, because it's meant to have the amount of weird connections, because we really want to see different angles of their behavior. Of course, you should be ready that it's probably not going to be monogamous relationship, serious drama. It's more like, yeah, we're going to have fun and it's just like, have interesting, spicy relationship with different people. And that is the main reason why I don't really think you should focus on, there's like relationship and drama. No, it's not about that. It's like super, super light comedy series to watch. What I really disliked about the series, okay, series, they do contain a lot of bisexual, lesbians, gays, and non-binary people, which I totally get, but it gives the impression that they were forced to get to the series. Politics would dictate to get in the series. It's more like, yeah, we do have a group of people like who's lesbians and non-binary and more, but they're like so briefly shown in the series and you don't even know why they show them in the series. It's like, okay, these people, they do exist, but they're not integrated, in my opinion, in their lives. It's more like it's just a protocol to follow, in my opinion. And what I really, really hated about series, because when they started, spoiler alert, guys, Lynn is gay, not in real life, but in the series. And then when she left the show, they introduced a new character, but they thought like, oh, it's going to be dumb if we're going to create a new character gay, because, well, it's going to be too obvious that we need just someone to be gay in order to be gay. That was the main reason why they were like, okay, so we need to pick someone from the group and to make him or her, like, not him, like her gay, or at least bi. And that was the reason why they chose, I guess, Bella, because she was more like sexually open. But I hated this part, honestly, because it felt super forced and artificial. Bella, she was always open about her down to any male body. She really liked guys. She wanted to experiment with guys, and she was really open about guys. And she was always like, oh, I need some abs. I need some, muscles. And she was never ever talking about girls. And then all of a sudden in the third season, when Layden is leaving the show, they're like creating Bella as a bi. And that was forced, in my opinion. That was the main reason why I didn't really like it, because we didn't really get any hints of this bi behavior in the previous series, and now you put this in a new show just because a leading gay actor left the show. That's why I actually didn't like that. If they wanted to integrate these people, then they should have done this in a bit more natural way, and it just did feel artificial, in my opinion. It should have been more natural. Like their guy who was gay, and he was just like, on and off. I don't remember his name, guys, I'm so sorry. So he was like on and off with like other guys, just coming, talking, participating in some dialogues. He was natural, and I really liked him. I didn't have any issues, because he was just like, he invited them to some concert or something like that, and they came, and I really liked it. Was super, super cool and fun. But as for some other characters, it was super, super artificial, in my opinion. Okay, and then finally, my recommendation. Will I recommend the series to watch? I will definitely recommend. It is so cool, let's say. I guess, even with some flaws, which is fine for any series. We're not, microscoping every single character. If you really want to watch some funny series and don't really pay attention to some drama and all of that, just like it doesn't really have much drama. It doesn't have drama at all, I guess, because it's so, so light that you can just like watch it within maybe 10 days if you have things to do. If you don't really have things to do, maybe in 2 or 3 days you're going to be done with the series, because they're so, so cool. And I was literally waiting for these episodes to come out. I'm talking about third season. Right at the end of like January, they finally had the episode 10, if I'm mistaken, final episode, and yeah, I really, really liked it. And again, it's your opinion. What do you think? Maybe you watch the series and maybe you know some of these actors or the director. I'm pretty much sure that you know the director. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it to watch. And I'm going to see you in my next podcast. That's fine with me. I love you all so much. Till next time. Bye bye.